We're not done yet. I know that, actually I don't know, did you have some Russian vodka downstairs or not? No vodka? Tomorrow. But I don't think you want to hear from me long speeches. I'm sure you don't. But a few words would be okay, right? There are so many things I need to tell each of you personally and all of you together. First of all, thank you for coming tonight to say goodbye and celebrate our years together. Each of you touched deeply my heart in so many different ways. I came here from a completely different world. My childhood was very different from yours. My upbringing was very different from yours. My Jewishness was very different from yours. I think those differences enriched our life together in many ways. We grew up together in many directions. I came to you as a young mother and as a brunette. But I leave you as a young grandmother and a blonde. And I know there are two little boys, Noah and Jordan, sitting right there patiently waiting to give me many, many big hugs. And I want to thank my family for sharing me with you. Especially Boris. Come here, Boris. Don't sing, Boris. Just listen. Just listen. Boris gave me constant support and love, which made this sharing possible. Larry, are you here? Yeah? It is time for you to consult with Boris. Thank you for sharing me with my family. Looking back now, I could see the path which brought me here to you. I could see God's providence as well as my own role on this path. And I am deeply thankful and grateful. I received wonderful letters from many, many of you, wonderful calls. One of them I would like to read to you, but since I didn't ask permission, I would not say the names, and I think this letter summarizes and expresses our feelings very well. So I'm very thankful to the author of this letter. Dear Lilia, as your final days at Beth David's Cantor draw to a close, I have been thinking of all the ways you have added meaning to my family's religious experience. I should start by reminding you that the person who prepared me to be successful as a teacher was your predecessor, Henry Portis. My daughter still laughs when she imagines me singing in the junior choir or teaching children to sing Hebrew and holiday songs. I did do that with the confidence Cantor Portis instilled in me. So you might think it would be hard for me to have transitioned to a new cantor at Beth David 31 years ago. In this place was a regal woman with high-quality musical background that had been deprived of practicing the religion of her ancestors and who had courageously left her parents in Russia when she and her husband and young daughter were able to leave their repressive home and travel to America. We all admired you before we even met you. We were so glad you found your way to Beth David as you added such beauty to our services. Listening to you was a pleasure, but you also listened to us and made our worship more meaningful and more personal. You have a way of focusing not on performing, but on watching your audience and getting to know them as people. You always wanted our input into your clerical role with our family, tailoring your leadership to what would be best for us. We thank you for your ministering with feelings as well as your ability to uplift us with your musicality. It was so important to us that you would guide our grandson through his bar mitzvah preparation. This tied us all to his beginning genetically, the grandfather and great-grandfather who he never knew. We will be there to celebrate with you this weekend because there is something to celebrate. Not the end of career, but what that career did for all of us. But there is another reason to celebrate, and that is the beginning of your being able to have the freedom from doing for others to doing for yourself and your family. The endless bondage to the calendar and religious school schedule is confining. So it is time to enjoy yourself, take care of yourself and your family without feeling torn by obligations to the rest of us. We hope we will see you so we can learn what you are enjoying in life. We wish you both happiness and good health. L'chaim. Thank you to the author. I know you are here. Okay, we'll continue. Right.
Cantor, we've done the blessing of the ark. We've done the Lechilach. We're not going to make you chant your Haftarah. But, like any good service, we also want to present you with a certificate.
I'll frame it.
For length of days and years of life and peace will the Eternal One add to thee officially our Cantor Emerita. Unfortunately, the service isn't over, so we have to put her back to work. We continue on the bottom of page 282 with Aleinu, Please Rise.
עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה לייסר בראשית, שלא שמנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהר, וגור עלינו ככל המנה. ואנחנו קוראים ונאמר וחי אדוני למלך הארץ ביום
Our thoughts turn now to those who are no longer with us, those who died in recent days as well as those who died in this season and years past. If you're saying Kaddish for a loved one this evening, then I invite you to rise when I read the name of your loved one or when you add it yourself at the end. This Shabbat, Beth David mourns the yahrzeits of Maury Bleifeld, Alan Bortner, Sherry Brodsky, Harry Cohen, Sarl H. Cohen, Arthur A. Ebby, Oscar Feinstein, Tilly Grupp, Winifred Gutterson, Jefferson Davis Herman II, Emmanuel S. Hirsch, Jacob Hoffman, Sidney T. Kaufman, Evelyn Casson, Lena B. Kurland, Nathan Leibowitz, Herbert Lotman, Ben Margulies, Alice McAllister, Chester Nessel, Sophie Nessel, Joy Rosen, Nathan Rutenberg, Lawrence Schoenberg, Abraham R. Tabor. And any other names for whom people are saying Kaddish?
Paul Boyd.
We rise as one congregation. Kaddish is found on page 294. Yitgadal, v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agana uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'elam u'lemei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei dekudesha b'richu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all who mourn, to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Amen. May their memories be for blessing. You may be seated. It is my pleasure to invite up Tracy Silverman again to share a few announcements.
There are so many exciting happenings at Beth David during the next 2 months, all of which are explained in tonight's bulletin and, of course, on our website, but I'd like to highlight just a couple. Plan to come to the May Community Shabbat next Saturday as we conclude religious school for the year, and Rabbi Kalish continues her adult ed discussion on Israel. Following is a special Shabbat service when Rabbi Kalish and Larry Levine or Levin?
Levine, we're new to Philadelphia.
Sorry, Larry. He's just Larry. Sorry, Larry. Levine, I'll get that right. Will be called to the Torah for their Afraf, a blessing before their wedding, followed by a festive luncheon replete with live klezmer music. Come to participate in the joy of this special occasion, and thank you for sharing it with all of us. Shavuot is the weekend of May 23rd to the 24th. Please join us in the atrium on Erev Shavuot for a dairy meal, followed by services, and then on Sunday morning for a beautiful service as we celebrate the confirmation class of 5775. We are also very excited to say that Beth David is traveling to Israel this winter. Please plan to join us for this multi-generational trip. The entire itinerary can be found on our website. The Interfaith Hospitality Network of the Main Line still needs your help. Our next hosting week begins this Sunday, and overnight hosts are still needed, as well as help with move out on Sunday, May 17th. Please see Debbie Wimmer tonight if you can help out. A special thank you to the many people who worked to make tonight so special. To Debbie Weinstein, and see now that I'm getting those E's and I's all mixed up, and Ginny Kendall and their amazing committee. To our office staff, Jill Cooper and Ned Kripke, who handled all the paperwork and phone calls and all the other details for this wonderful weekend. And Shabbat Shalom.
Keep singing, Cantor. We're all enjoying it.
Before that, I would love to thank quite a few people. First of all, thank you all. I see faces I didn't see for a long time. It's so good to see you again. Thank you for coming. I would love to thank Jeff and Janet, who put so much work, so much energy to organize this wonderful event. And I know that, as I was told, it was the biggest committee ever, so I know that many people were involved, and I really thank you all for taking part in organizing this weekend. I would love to thank both of our rabbis, Rabbi Henry Cohen and Beth Kalish, who greeted me and congratulated me today. I would like to thank our executive director, Jill Cooper, who makes things happen at Beth David, except microphone. We needed to check it. Actually, Jill came to me with a note. Your lavalier mic doesn't work. But somebody turned it off, unfortunately. I would love to thank Susan Levy, who I know will miss my voice screaming, "Susan, help me with computer!" Where are you, Susan? Susan, who always is ready to help with whatever you need. I would like to thank Ned Kripke, who is one of the most kind men, always ready and willing to help. I would like to thank our custodians, Charles and Tony, especially Charles, who worked with me for so many years. And of course, at last but not least, our wonderful band with Mark Sobel as a lead, and my wonderful two bar mitzvah, post-bar mitzvah students, come here. And Michael, who called me from London and said, "Cantor, I would love to come and participate in your service." Thank you so much. And Camila Zeger, who always was singing with me. We sang at the bar mitzvah, at your bar mitzvah, we sang in Spanish, in Ladino. Yes, Ladino. So it means so much to me that so many of you are here tonight. Of course, I want to thank Pavel, who is off duties today, but always been there, doing a great job, being such a helper in all our services. Boris wants to say something. We'll let him.
Very, very short. For 31 years, Lily was a full-time cantor, your cantor, and she was my part-time wife. Fortunately, you prolonged her contract with a part-time, last year was a part-time. She was your part-time cantor was my full-time wife. And I already felt a great difference. All of a sudden, if I'm missing buttons would appear. It was so much attention, so much love. I didn't know where to hide from it. So I'm now really scared because she's going to be twice full-time wife, probably. So I need to talk to many people who already experienced that transition, and I need your advice, and very urgently to learn some new hobbies in my life.
And I'm sorry, Tracy was hiding in the back. So I'm so thankful to Tracy for being my last president and my wonderful last president. Thank you. So we're done. Now we have only closing song to play.
Yeah, but the story of this, you have to say the story of this song. Why are we singing this closing song?
We're singing song, as you see, the name is Just to Be is a Blessing. And that's the stage of my life I'm now in. So,
Can you add that so many people ask Lilia what they're going to do? And Lilia is now answering, just to be is a blessing. Just to live is holy.
okay, let's do it.
Just to live is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Just to live is holy, holy. Just to live is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Just to live is holy. Just to live is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Just to live is holy. Just to live is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Just to live is holy. Just to
And last thing,
very last.
very, very last. I would love to bless you all.
May God bless you and protect you. May God turn God's face to shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May you feel God's presence within you in every melody, this voice, and all those times. And may this music bless you with wholeness, with peace. Shalom.
Amen, amen, amen.
Keni Hiratzon, may this be God's will. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.